Hi, Warren. This is Ann from San Dimas, California, and I'm actually calling about our daughter's dog, a rescue. They've had a couple months, and it barks at everything, but it will calm down for most people, but it just does not like our 20-year-old granddaughter's boyfriend. When he comes over, he just goes ballistic. And I've heard you talk about barking dogs, so I know a little bit about what you've said, but I don't know what to do when a dog selects like a person that they just can't stand in the family. Anyway, thank you so much.
Bottom line is your granddaughter's got to get rid of this bum. Got to give the guy, no, all joking aside now. You said it was a rescue dog, which means to me, I don't know that much, nor do you know that much about its background. Maybe your granddaughter's boyfriend wears a hat. Maybe the dog was abused by someone who wore a hat. Maybe your granddaughter's boyfriend has a deep voice or a tone of voice that's similar to someone who abused him. Maybe he has a beard. Maybe he has a mustache. Maybe he walks a certain way. These are all things, these are all trigger points for a dog that had negative experiences with someone in the past. So does this mean that your granddaughter has to break up with her boyfriend? No, of course not. Well, maybe, now listen to me carefully. Here's what you need to do. You need to have your granddaughter's boyfriend take an article of clothing and leave them with you and the dog. And before you feed the dog, before you take the dog for a walk, play with the dog, let him take a quick sniff of it. Dogs learn through association. I want the dog to associate the smell of the boyfriend with something very positive, a walk, food, a treat, whatever. That's number one. Now, number two, and this is where I may get a little eccentric. If you can make a recording, and everyone has a phone now, everyone can make a recording of her boyfriend talking softly and just dropping the dog's name in once in a while, that will make a difference as well. And probably the most important thing that you can do is have yourself or your granddaughter out walking with the dog and have her boyfriend meet them outside on neutral territory. It's very possible that the dog was either abandoned, came into this new home, and is being very protective of it and associates, as I say, this guy with something negative in the past. Very possible. If you take the dog and introduce the boyfriend again on neutral territory, it's not going to happen the first time. It may even require a couple of glasses of Chardonnay, but little by little, they will gain that confidence. Over the years, I've had many situations like this. I had situations years ago where there was a dog that was adopted, moved into a family. One of the members of the family had a really severe limp. And it seems that the dog in the past had been abused by someone that had a limp. So how did I resolve this? I actually took a broomstick and I tied it to my leg and taped it up. And I tried to emulate the type of limp the new owners had and work with the dog with that limp, with all the positive reinforcement, the hugging, the kissing, the loving. Little by little, the dog came around. So yes, your granddaughter can stay with her boyfriend, but make a recording. As I said, neutral territory is important. Also, maybe one or two special toys that he gives the dog when he comes over. And that's the only time the dog gets that toy is when he comes over. There's no reason in the world that unless you're for rescuing this dog, no reason in the world that they can't be best friends. So again, the bottom line is we don't know where or how the dog was abused in the past, but little by little, if the dog starts associating your granddaughter's boyfriend with only positive things, eventually he'll turn around, and I promise you, they will live happily ever after. See, these are the kind of things we talk about on the pet show that you don't get anywhere else. Give the dog up. Tell the dog, correct. No, don't correct the dog. Build up that confidence little by little. I've had so many situations like this, and it always ends in a positive way, provided you follow my advice.